Welcome back to Public Speaking Mastery course. Module 5 is about how you structure your speech. Have you ever listened to someone speak and found yourself captivated by how effortlessly ideas seem to flow? Well, that seamless delivery is no accident. A well structured speech is like a roadmap to your audience. It guides them through your message in a logical and impactful way. Today, we will dive into how to structure your speech effectively so that your ideas resonate with your listeners and leave a lasting impression. Before we begin, let's reflect on a quote by Lysander from Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night Dream. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true. Structuring your speech is the foundation for speaking true to your message, to your audience, and your purpose. Let's explore how you can bring this idea to life in your public speaking journey. Now, let me tell you about 4 main ways to structure your speech. To organize your thoughts and communicate them effectively, you need to decide how to structure your speech. Now, here are the 4 practical approaches which you can use. Make a note. First one, topic by topic. This structure involves dividing your subject into key topics and aspects, covering each one systematically. This approach works well for your speeches that aim to educate or inform. Imagine that you are a person delivering a speech on adult education. You can break it down into the following topics. First one, evening class for working professionals. Second, part-time university courses. And third, correspondent courses and online courses. Now I'm going to give you 5 minutes to brainstorm on any topic of your choice and make a list of at least 3 subtopics which you can include in your speech. Feel free to share it. Have you completed that? Now we will move on to the second part, geographical structure. In this method, you are going to organize your speech based on location or geography. This is particularly useful if your topic has regional or global relevance. Earlier, we were speaking about adult education. So I think I'm going to use the same example throughout. Okay, so talking about adult education, what are the things we can talk about? The opportunities in urban areas. That is, people will be able to attend or evening classes will be accessible to them. The next one, the kind of challenges people face in rural areas. For instance, the lack of resources. And the third one are the global trends in online education and how they bridge a gap in your learning and make learning accessible to everyone. Now, think about your audience. You already have your topic and 3 points which you plan to speak on. Now, based on those topics, think about who will be your audience and how you can add geographical perspective to make your speech more relatable and engage them. Right? Make a note. I'll wait for you as you do. The third one is chronological structure. A chronological structure arranges information in a time based sequence. It is especially useful when presenting historical topics or explaining a process. For instance, a speech on adult education might include opportunities 20 years ago or how opportunities have evolved. It might also talk about future trends in adult learning. Okay? Now, take some time to think individually and outline a speech on a topic which you have already decided. Okay? And think about how you will incorporate a chronological structure. Right? Fine. And please submit it in your assignment. So, what I want you to do is complete it step by step and give me a submission towards the end. The fourth one is problem solution structure. Let's see how this can be used. This structure is ideal for persuasive speeches. It involves identifying problems and proposing solutions. Now let's go back to the initial example where I was talking about adult education. Now let's think about first the problem. A lack of awareness about educational opportunities for adults. And what is the solution which you can give? Increasing outreach through community centers and online platforms. Now let's think of one more example. Problem: financial barriers to adult education. At times, we do have our children whom we have to educate. So, thinking about financing for ourselves in order to learn might be unnecessary when we look at it. However, there is always a solution here too. The solution is promoting government sponsored programs and scholarship. Right? You've got it? Good. Now, I want you to write down a problem related to the topic which you have already chosen and think of two potential solutions. Make a note. Now, remember that speeches can be a mixture of all the forms which I've just mentioned. For example, you might start with a geographical overview and transition into a chronological account and end with a problem and solution approach. The key is to choose the structure which best supports your message and something that will resonate with your audience. Now that we have explored different structures and you have been taking some time in order to make notes as we have been discussing, it's time to practice. So, here is what you're expected to do. First, see if you have selected your topic. If not, go ahead, think again, and write it. Second one, based on the topic you have decided, use some of the structures we have just discussed, or well and good, you can combine them as well. Now that we have explored different structures, it's time to practice. Now, here is what you are expected to do. First, we have already selected a topic for your speech. In case you haven't done so, please go ahead, feel free to select a topic for your speech. The second one, decide on one of the structures we have discussed or feel free to combine them. And third, write an opening paragraph that introduces your topics and hints at the chosen structure. Well begun is half done. It's a quote from Aristotle. Now let me present a sample to you. The topic, adult education. And the structure which I am choosing is problem and solution. Now let me read out the paragraph for you. Adult education is vital for personal and societal growth. Yet, many adults face barriers like time constraints, financial challenges, and lack of awareness. In this speech, I will explore these challenges and propose practical solutions to make lifelong learning accessible for everyone. Now that we have got our foundation ready in structuring our speech, we are ready to move on to the next crucial element of planning your speeches.